What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I got a bonus video today with a bonus free pick, and it might be casual, it might be bland, it might be boring. It's not exciting, but I swear to God, this is going to hit, guys. So bonus free pick video today on a Monday. If you guys are new to the channel, I cover every single game in football every single week. I do college on Wednesday. I do NFL on Thursday. I give you free picks in those videos. Did we go 0 for 2 this week? Yeah. Are we still 10-6? Yeah. But guys, I had a massive weekend. Look at the bottom of the screen. Both max plays cash. We're up over 12 units. We hit with Atlanta on the money line. I gave it out so early in the week. I gave it out last Monday at plus money. Absolutely fantastic. Biggest straight play of the entire year, a 7.5 unit play. We had 5 units on over Philly. We had a great day in college, went up 3.3 units in college too. I mean, it was a great weekend. Is it the breakout weekend? I don't know. I'm still looking for like a 20 unit weekend, but guys, let's dial it back in. I'm now in my usual season form. Go to my fucking channel last year. Go to the year before that. Find my videos. Find my content. Why at this point last year did this channel only have a couple hundred subscribers? Why am I almost about to break 8,000? Just because you guys think I'm cute? Absolutely fucking not. I know ball. I'm in mid-season form. Yes, it was a rough start to the season, but it was the same as baseball. Do you guys not remember summer? I got absolutely annihilated in the MLB for like a month or a month and a half and still finished with a big winning season, hitting it over 54% in the MLB, betting every single day, hundreds and hundreds of wagers. It's the same thing with football. Look at the bottom of the screen, guys. I've had winning weeks in football 3 of my last 4 weeks. My 4-week record is 58% winning. Just this last weekend alone, man, over 12 units of profit. I'm excited. I feel great. I am dialed in. Look, I'm just going to say it one time before we get into this Monday night football game. Get on the website. Get yourself a subscription. We've seen it before in all sports, man. We saw it in the NBA playoffs, college basketball, MLB, the whole deal. I'm about to go on a historic run. We saw the rough patches. I always have my lows. Okay, my lows are pretty bad too. But man, my highs are high, and we're just digging into this next hot streak. We got some huge games coming up in college football this week. I'm already eyeballing them. And the point is to get on the website now, to get yourself a package now, because I send plays early in the week. That over in the Bengals game, I sent on like a Tuesday. The Atlanta Moneyline Max play, I sent out while Monday Night Football was still going. Do you guys understand the value of being on my client list early in the week? I get good numbers. Speaking of good numbers, like the Miami loser, the whiteboard winning free pick I gave out, that line closed 4.5. That was a great play I gave out on Thursday. It came up short. They totally collapsed. Get on the list. Get these plays. I'm probably going to have some out today, tomorrow, the next day. I just sprinkle them as the week goes on. As soon as I keep doing my research and I do my backtracking and everything comes to tuition and I can finally find the right spots and boom, I like it. I bet it myself. I lock it in myself and then I immediately text it to the group. So get on the website. I'll put you on the text list. The text gets sent right to your phone. The play, the odds, and how many units to put on each one. Thinking of units, over 12 units this past weekend. A unit is about your average wager. If your average wager is like $100, you would have won over $1,200 with me this past weekend. Take it for what it is. It's your choice, but I'm locked in and I show no mercy. I mean, let's be honest. Do you think I'm just going to be content now? Do you think I'm just going to calm down because we just won over 12 units this past weekend? No, I mean, that is a little tiny dent. We are looking at big profit. I want a 20 unit winning week. I want to cash every ticket. That record that we had this past week, being up 12 units, do you realize there were some brutal losses even in the mix? We lost on a Miami and Broncos moneyline parlay. I don't know how Miami collapsed and lost the game, but we did lose on that. We lost on some others. We missed by half a point on the Cowboys. Is what it is. I'm going to obviously, like I do every single week, have the full recap video tomorrow. My Tuesdays are always my recap videos. So tomorrow I'm going to go over in detail every single bet we made over the past weekend, how much was on it, how much we won, how much we lost, the whole deal. So if you're interested in actually knowing everything me and the client list bet on this past week, then tune in for tomorrow's video. Speaking of today, Monday night, this play, this boring, casual, you could even say it's square, whatever you want to say. This is pretty simple. This is a pretty simple Monday Night Football. And the reason I'm doing this video is so you don't overlook it. I don't want you guys getting screwed on this game. Now, am I actually going to bet this game personally? No. And that's why I have a free pick here. Okay. Obviously, my exclusive stuff, the best plays, they go out to the client list. It's private. You got to be on the list to get it. But Monday Night Football, the Giants, the Steelers, a total in the mid 30s. We have to be kind of crazy if we're thinking about betting on a game like this. But I know you people got to have some type of action. I know there's people out there. You guys are just looking for something to wager on. I'm going to help you out with this free play. This is hitting. This is hitting. Let me bring up FanDuel for this one, guys. Let me go ahead and pull it up. I'll just show you exactly on FanDuel how to even place this wager. NFL. Let me double check and make sure you guys are, yeah, you good. NFL, baby. Hit more wagers. Hit same game parlay. And this ain't going to be a lot of legs. This is very simple. Now, I've seen people give out similar wagers. I've talked to some people. Some people are thinking kind of the same thing. Some people are on the other side. Some people like Pittsburgh. And I can understand that. Look, the Giants are absolutely horrible. But we have to get it straight. The Pittsburgh Steelers are trash. Do you want me to go on a rant? This is Dan's rants. I will go nuclear right now. Let me get this off the screen. Listen to me, people. The Pittsburgh Steelers suck and they're overrated. I'm going to tell you why. This last game against the Jets was the most overhyped thing I've ever seen in my life. They were booing Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is not good. Justin Fields is better than Russell Wilson. Make no mistake about it. Momentum in sports is underrated and it's critical. It is absolutely critical momentum. We've seen, 15-point comebacks in the last 3 minutes of a basketball game. We see comebacks in football. We see all this stuff happen. And that's exactly what we got in that Jets and Steelers game. It was a Jets collapse. It was a momentum swing. And it was just fluky 50-50 plays that made Russell Wilson actually look like an old self. Let's be honest. The Jets were up 2 possession. A minute before half, they have the ball midfield. They get the ball after half. The live spread 16 or 17 points. A-Rod throws a pick. Russell comes in. He's like, you know what? It's just not working. Let me just throw a ball as high and as far as I possibly can. And hopefully Pickens comes down with it. That's exactly what happened. They score another interception later in the game. Basically a pick six, bounced right off Garrett Wilson's chest. 2 or 3 more plays where Russell was just literally just chucking moon balls. And the receiver in blue and black and gold caught it every time. And he looked like he knew what he was doing. The offense looked good. It was a momentum swing, a Jets collapse. We saw the game. If you have any type of game IQ, if you know ball, and I don't give a fuck what people say because there are people on the internet, professionals on some of these platforms or whatever, and they dig into piles of research and they provide you with trends from like the dinosaur age. And they give you numbers and they give you all this analytics and blah, 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 blah. And my fucking model. Fuck your model. Do you know ball or do you not? And that Jets game was a complete collapse on their part. We saw it again with the Patriots game. I am not putting stock into Pittsburgh. It is a bad football team. Good offense, pretty good coaching, some decent players overall. But even the player that went to West Virginia University, where's my West Virginia thing? Back there. I went to West Virginia, so I wouldn't even hate on a guy like Bishop. But even his interceptions were just like handed to him. So in this spot, to reel it back in and get to this Monday Night Football game, we have an overrated Pittsburgh team. When do we want Pittsburgh? When do we want them? What's the scenario where they're profitable? Home, underdog. Home, not even home, just underdog. I want points if I'm betting on Pittsburgh. Now, you could make an exception, and I know people are making the argument because it's the Giants, and the Giants offense is probably at an all-time low. But this is a sell high on Pittsburgh with a fraudulent quarterback that I don't think is going to do squat in this game. I think he's going to look bad. I think they might even boo him. I think we might even see articles in media publishing things like, should they go back to Justin Fields after this Giants game? Let's get back to the pick. FanDuel, let me bring it back. This is what we're doing. Now, I'm not going to do a teaser. Some people have suggested, I've talked to some people. Some people are thinking a teaser. Same game teaser, tease the Giants up. Tease the under up a little and then go under the higher number. I don't like doing that because the spread right now is at a point where I just don't want the fluff of having the odds of a teaser. I want to pick the exact lines. And I'm not going for a home run here, people. I'm not trying to get plus money. I'm not looking for some massive 3, 4, 5x your money in some parlay where we have 2 legs. It's similar to a teaser, but we're going to move the under a little bit more. then we're going to move the points. So this is what we're doing. We're going to go to alternate spread. We're going to take the Giants. We're only going to take the Giants at plus 8.5. That's all we're doing. We don't need to adjust the Giants that much. Do I think the Giants cover plus 6? Yeah, I do. Do I actually think the Giants can win this game outright? I think it's possible. I wouldn't count on that with their offense, but I think it's possible. I think it's very possible. The money splits, it's ugly for Pittsburgh. I'll read them right to you. It is ugly for the Steelers, man. This is the definition of a public side. And look, was there enough craziness this week to where the books don't have to get their money back today? I mean, people got shredded on the Ravens probably. I think the Bengals were a trendy pick. Miami going down. I mean, there were some games where, you know, people already had some tough breaks. A lot of people maybe bet the Bears, had a tough break there. The money splits on this game, if this will load. Come on, man. Here we go. Let me read these to you. Okay. 74% of all bets made on the spread have come on Pittsburgh. Only about 65% of the money. So there's a little bit of sharp action on the spread on New York. We have an inflated line. Okay, the look-ahead line was like, do I have the look-ahead line with me or is it in the other room? I have so much paper and so much stuff written down. I mean, don't assume I just throw darts at a fucking board on my picks, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Do you understand how many hours go into 1 week, 1 day of what I do? I've been doing this for over 10 years. I don't know where my look-ahead lines are, but I know it was right around a field goal. Maybe it's 2.5 or 3. This line's inflated. It's come up so much. And maybe going up a point or two from where it started was reasonable. This is like the worst the Giants have ever looked. The Giants are a road team. They've been way better on the road. They've been competitive. This is where we want the Giants. We want them as a dog. We want them on the road. They're terrible in New York. I know the one thing is like Pittsburgh on Monday night's pretty good. The Giants in primetime is pretty bad. I get that, but that's not enough. So we're going alt spread here, plus 8.5. We're just going up a little bit. I want to get through the 6, get through the 7. I want a full possession. I always, when I choose alt spreads, if I am choosing them, I never go 7.5. I always go 8.5. And I never go 10.5. I always go 11.5. That 11 and that 8 sometimes save you. Something to keep in mind there. So we're going 8.5, a full 1 possession. No way around it. A full 1 possession that we're going to have the Giants. And then we're going to go back here. Let me get rid of this. And we're going to go to our total. And this is where we're going to go a little more beefy because the under is pretty popular and it's popular for a reason. And I do think the game goes under, but you never know in a game like this. If the game is tied, maybe there's overtime and you just end up with 6 more points than you expected. You just never quite know in a game like this. There could be some turnovers, some special teams things that lead to points. I know the offenses are bad, but we're gonna have a little bit more meat on the bone with the under. And like I said, I'm not going for a home run. I'm not trying to get plus money here. I just want a reasonable wager. So Giants plus 8.5. And then we're going to go all the way up here to 46.5. And this is minus 118 odds. This is a same game parlay. It's an alternative total. It's an alternative spread. We bumped the Giants up just a little bit. I think the game is going to be competitive. I think it's a field goal game. Whoever wins, I don't know, but I think it's a 3 or 4 point margin. So we're bumping the Giants up to 8.5. And we're bumping the total way up into like there's no way it could possibly get there land. I think the total is going to end up right in the low 30s. I think you could probably be somewhat comfortable playing the under in the game, even at 36.5. I don't know what FanDuel is, but I think 36.5 are pretty much across the board. Yeah, pretty much everything's at 36.5. I think we're looking at 33 or a 34 point total here. I would play the under as is. I would play the Giants as is, but we're going to get a little bit more meat on the bone with both. It's minus 118. Okay. Let's say you put $100 down. $85. I mean, this game's horrendous. I mean, there's a reason I did a free video today. Okay. I'm hitting you with bonus content. I gave you a pretty good rant. I mean, where do you guys rank this? Let me know in the comments. Was this a pretty good rant? Do you want the videos to be like this more often? Because I can go nuclear in these videos. But there you go, guys. Same game parlay. That is how I would play this game. Bump the Giants up just a little bit more. Bump that total up because you never know. I feel like we're going to get some defensive scores. Maybe some special teams things happen. Kind of a weird game. I like the under. I do think it ends up at 33 or 34 points. I do think whoever wins the game, and it could be an upset, but whoever wins the game, I think they win by 3 or 4. Low scoring, competitive game. Bump the Giants up, bump that total up, and go under it. Same game parlay. It's square. It's bland. It's boring. It's cringy. We're on the Giants. It doesn't feel good. You know, the Steelers have their new toy in Russell Wilson, and the line's gone up, and the line movement looks like Pittsburgh is the right side. No, it's an inflated line. It's a public bet. And I expect an ugly, competitive game. Bump that total up. Bump the Giants up. Parlay it. Hit it. Let's go. Free bet, baby. Hopefully it cashes. Guys, this is a massive week. We got Penn State, Ohio State. We got so many excellent, excellent football games. I'm dialed in. Very, very dialed in. 58% over the last month of betting on football. 58%. 40 wins, 29 losses. That's college football. That's NFL. That's the whole deal. Coming off over a 12-unit profit week. It's only up from here. This is my usual form. This is what I expect usual. We've had the bad beats. We've had the bad breaks. I think it's over. We got the bad mojo out of the way. Mid to late season, we're rounding into our peak form. This is what happens with all my sports. I build my sample size. I get dialed in. I become comfortable with these teams. I do this much research every single day. Look at this. Do you see this? There's writing. This is not blank paper. I put hours and hours. I put effort into this. This is what I do. This is what I do. I live here because of this. Okay? Go through my videos. Go through my content. Backtrack me. Watch my recap videos. I'm transparent and I'm real and I know ball. Whether you like my attitude or not, do you want to win wagers? Because that's what this comes down to. And it's a similar thing with the fucking president shit. It's very, very similar. You don't have to love somebody's attitude. You don't have to be their best friend. Do you want to win? I like winning. I'll see you in the next video.